I went back to the page 7 ad, my first ad. I contacted USA Day to today. And there is another floating thought with the 2 days, as in two, the number 2 days. But I was drunk the night of our grand celebration, and it's hiding. But this is an important revelation that I forgot about. When I saw that D, I realized it's a half moon. Do not think of everyone with those type of abilities as retarded. But it is like being retarded in a sense, because sometimes you can have a trick and the next day you lose it. You don't know how. You know that there's someone else involved or another force. I would say if you think it's a person, don't worry about it. If you think it's a force, I would be more concerned. But even then, there's hope. All right? That's what I'm creating my own government for. That's the most important part of this particular analysis. Not the part that it's a half moon, because there's more to that situation. Just as I explained in video 5. Video number 5 of the Eternal Ray series, I state something about how it is locked up power. They can do that easily. What you really need to think about is the fact that there are people that can still bring that moon to their level. It's amazing. It really is. I don't call it um, by any religious name, because I have enough on my plate, and Mom is so big that I have family members that are huge celebrities, from various backgrounds, and I have to treat this as if I'm an adult, because when I look at my ad that goes in July 4th, I need to have a white background. I need to be in a full suit, standing straight up. I need to have my title. I need to have a reference to I am the law, my team. The M is important, but that D, don't get stuck there just thinking there's no hope. They do that to everyone. All right. These are very, very, very highly trained individuals. You will not be able to speak with them as if, even if you can see them clearly. I know for a fact these people are acting in a way that I consider to be um, a little less developed. But when we approach it, it's more like they believe in something very strongly. And it is possible. But don't start blaming without really looking at the larger series. Because I can guarantee, even if my family is to join, I'm not giving up my place. So I saw that D, because the M, yeah, the M is important. That's pretty much where I am. The D is a half moon. I don't think of a face. I don't think of a half of a face of an Asian woman. I think of a moon. I think of a half of an actual moon, like a planet, because it's way bigger than that. But the reason I'm stating that is because Mom is large. When I say she, that's the alien version of me. It's so big. I'm literally growing exponentially by hour. Like every hour, it's like getting huger and huger. I saw my back office, and it looked like Lady Gaga grew up on speed. Like I literally was like, whoa. And on top of that, I do believe the con has more land by square footage than even my university. I think I just have to feel it. And if I'm going to feel it, it's going to take a lot of power and a lot of mental stimulation. So this is a very brief video, but I want to kind of draw our attention to getting away from the word and getting closer to what it actually is. It's a monster. On top of that, when I saw another alien last night, it brought to my attention that it's very easy for these people to blame it on being an alien, because they can eat human beings. They can do whatever they want and just say, I'm an alien, so why would you even treat me in court as a human being? You know, it's important enough to say something, but if you're going to get serious, you need to stop being so. Well, how about this? Go ahead and just join their party. Join their party first. I have real business to take care of. On top of that, I can't even put the photo that was supposed to go in with my team, but I have to still include mention of them. So there will be a mention of them in small lettering. The major lettering has to be what I'm looking at. The coming soon is going to be regular. Coming soon is pretty standard. All right. But I am the law is there. And the only reason why I can't is because I'm in Ukraine, Ucraze. And technically, I'm not even in Kiev. I'm in Weave. But it's spelled very similarly. And I do believe that it does. It does correspond, but I'm trying to stay away from major fights. And I feel like even including people at this point is a fight, because we're not supposed to be playing together. So I'm trying to make a point. When I talk to my advisor, the point of me changing to someone who is not in the same racial pool is to show we're not supposed to be playing with each other. That's really the purpose of it. You think the purpose is to get away from Kendrick. I mean, the Kendrick situation is sloppy, it's messy, but it's not near as bad as thinking that you're in with somebody and they're getting ready to turn on you. So that's the way it is. That's the way I live my life. But I grow exponentially by hour. On top of that, I'm still with the con. On top of that, you don't tell these people what to do. You know what I'm saying? They're used to telling you what to do. So on top of that, they're real aliens. So it's going to be a thing where I'm not going to continue to argue about it, but we're at a good point only because I'm keeping it honest. If you look at what they're doing in their civilization, the only reason I didn't really bring up the issue of Egypt, which is the child that me and Kenneth had, is because it takes away from the good that they do. Yes, they have made mistakes in terms of medicine. And yes, there are things that people on our level don't always correctly identify. But when you look at the fact that that's a lot of power, I saw that D, and I thought to myself, it's worth mentioning. So it's a good mention. And when I see it, I think of the half moon, but it's gonna have to be 100% deal work for anyone to even be able to speak to me about High Dilworth Institute. On top of that, they don't realize my Korean side is strong. And when I say side, I mean like I have real members of Korean nobility in my family. Now, across the range, my family is very large. But they're just not. They're not gonna overtake me. I might as well stay with the university. And on top of that, I only get protection as a student because I am joining the family as a whole. So as a whole, I am joining my family. But I'm staying with the university because even their stock is very much not in control. I'll just say that. I don't have the time or concern, only because no one reached out to me about Egypt. They didn't. And if he has that much of a hold on them, then why would I concern myself with their stock or them? It's a good question. Now, I'm not going to answer that question today because I'm very concerned about the fact that this is a major account. Now, I don't really want to keep involving myself, but watch that. Watch that situation because that was a point of me exchanging.